Hello world, hello mankind, spacekind, humankind, and childkind. This is Christopher,
Daddy,
Phillips, and
Cali Phillips.
we're going to do a...
Socrates Cafe.
And so what does the Socrates Cafe question de... Oh, I was almost going to say jour, but it's nighttime. De nuit. What's the question?
How should children be treated?
And what's the answer?
The way you want to be treated.
Well, how do I want to be treated? I want to be treated with kindness and respect. I want to be listened to. I want to be seen as like an equal human being. How about you?
Yeah, me too. And so you should treat people how you want to be treated, just like you said.
Well, how can I do that though? You're 8, almost 9. I'm 99, almost 100. How do
What?
we?
No,
Okay.
you're 55, almost 56.
Oh, great. Well, anyway, how do we do that? How does an adult treat a child like the way that the adult wants to be treated?
So they just So they think about how they want to be treated and treat them like that.
And so how about you? Like when you're like in a place with adults, like like they're in a position of authority over you, like at school or with parents or some other place. How do you expect adults to treat you in those situations?
Adults to treat us in those situations, maybe kind.
Kind.
Because they're just children.
And do you think teachers can learn from children?
Yes.
Like what kind of stuff could a teacher learn from
Well,
children?
not just reading, writing, math, and grammar and things like that, but also like to be more creative.
Well, I'll tell you one. Teachers can learn that from kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you gave that festival, you hold these festivals sometimes in Rittenhouse Square. I learned from you. I learned there was this man who brought his son, and his son was like super nervous at first, could hardly say a word. And what did you do?
I tried to tell him that, like, don't be shy, but in another way.
And what happened?
He changed.
He changed.
He was a different boy.
I couldn't believe it. By the end of his participation in your festival, he was outgoing, he was happy. In a way, at first I thought he was just going to leave right away because he was so afraid. But you did. His father could not believe the change in his child. He was like saying to you, not to me, to you, he was saying, thank you so much. I just can't thank you so much for doing this wonderful thing that has just transformed my child.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Great.
But how did you know how to treat him? How did you do that in a way that we adults couldn't figure out?
It just comes naturally. I'm great with little kids.
Wow, you really are. I mean, I saw something else too. I saw a little boy at your festival who didn't quite know how to get along with everyone else at first. Remember? He was kind of aggressive. He was taking things, like he was taking the jump rope that you put out there and wouldn't let the girls jump. And I saw the little girls, and like a parent would have said, oh, you shouldn't do that, and wag his finger at the kid. But the little girls decided just to play along with him and let him do what he wanted to with the jump rope. And so by the end, that child also was much more calm and relaxed because they sort of met him halfway and let him do things with the jump rope, even though they wanted to do something different and just do the traditional jump rope. So I thought that was cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a long-winded way of saying that children seem to know how to treat their fellow children in a way that we adults don't always treat fellow adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what's the lesson that we've learned in the Socrates Cafe, Cali?
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Treat people the way that you want to be. And with that, I want to be tickled, so I'm tickling you. Oh, this is Christopher Phillips, Socrates Cafe.
Cali Phillips.
Until next time, happy
Socratizing.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, you got to wave. All the professionals wave.